Hey, what's going on, guys? Blake from Top Dog here. And in this video, I want to talk about the reason why pricing is so important on multiple levels in your business, and one of them being your time and valuing it. All right. So, when it comes to pricing, we've talked about this in other videos where you want to value your time, your business, right? But one of the things about pricing that's really important to remember as well is the way that you price your jobs out can actually drastically affect your schedule and what you have available to you. So let me explain. Let's say that your pricing is on the low end, which means that most customers who have a single item pickup or a smaller value job, they're actually going to book with you, which seems like a good thing in the beginning. Let me tell you why this can actually be something that could be a negative for you, though. And I've seen this play out before. So perhaps you're starting to block out your schedule and you're getting to a point where maybe it's just you on the truck and you're working 10, 12-hour days here in the summer. All right. But you're finding that you're working a lot of hours, but you're still not at the revenue that you want to be. If that is the case, then you need to look at your pricing, because your pricing could actually be holding you back from a lot of the higher value and larger jobs. And the reason why is because you are booking a lot of low value jobs, which are filling your calendar and your day, but you actually don't have the time and the window available for the larger jobs. And this is why pricing is very key, especially if you're in this position, because you'll get to a point where you may actually want to start taking your price on smaller jobs and raising it higher to sort of push that clientele and that customer away. That way you leave availability in your schedule for those jobs that are on a larger scale. So a property clean out or a commercial job. Because what you don't want to happen is you do not want to fill the calendar with single item pickups throughout the day, yet leave yourself with no availability whatsoever for that day or the next day for larger jobs. And if you do that, then what will happen is, even though you'll be busy, your revenue will still be limited because most of your jobs are going to be on a smaller scale. So the way to combat that is to look at your schedule and, number one, assess it and see if that is the case. So if your schedule is filled with most of those types of jobs, then you may have an issue there to where you might want to address it and start to adjust your pricing a bit to where you can leave some more openings in your schedule for jobs that are larger. All right. So do not put yourself in a position where you're turning down work and you need it, but also don't put yourself in a position to where you're filled up on your calendar with smaller jobs to the point that you're actually losing out on the larger opportunities. So I hope that makes sense. If you're in that position, you need to adjust your pricing for the smaller jobs. That way, it's a win-win. Because either you lose the job and you leave yourself the availability for something bigger, or you still get the job, but you get it at a larger margin and a higher value than you would have because you raised the price on it. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. This is one of the aspects of pricing that I look at as an opportunity, because especially if you're a single man operation, which this really applies to most of you guys, or two-man operation in one truck, the biggest limit that you have is time. So you have to value that time and make sure that you are capitalizing on it as much as possible within your schedule. All right. And again, it falls back with, your value, your time, your pricing, all this comes together. So these are things that you need to be looking at, because what you could be doing right now without realizing it is booking a lot of smaller quality jobs and actually missing out on the higher quality jobs. And you're wondering why you're stuck at a certain revenue point, even though you're extremely busy. If that's the case, this is probably it, and you need to address it and look within and actually go back and see what kind of jobs you're booking at what rate, and how you can adjust that. So if this is someone who's watching this now, I hope this helps. If it did, give it a like. I'd really appreciate it. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I'll be bringing more content for you guys, anything that I can to help in the junk removal industry. And thank you for watching.